Hi, Mary here. Welcome to my channel. So tomorrow I'm going to be working on this piece of furniture. It is an old cabinet. It looks like a base cabinet section, maybe out of a kitchen, that someone brought me, and they want me to turn it into a coffee bar. So I kind of try to stay away from, having people bring me pieces of furniture to redo. I used to do that all the time at one point, but I have enough finds of my own that I don't even have the time to get to. So I always think, well, I don't, need the work. So, but I couldn't resist this piece. I thought it would just make the cutest coffee bar. I just like the idea of it. So I'll give it a shot and see what happens with it. You may see behind me, there's an old dresser that my husband picked up. I'm always so impressed when he comes with pieces. He delivers furniture, new furniture, so often, the people will have old pieces they don't want anymore and are just glad to get it out of their way, and then he'll bring them home to me. So I'm really blessed in that way, but I'll zoom the camera in so you guys can see what a beautiful piece this is. It already has that dark base, which would make a great rub through. Not sure what I'm going to do with it. Probably turn it into a buffet or something like that. But back to the little piece here. I'll get to it tomorrow, like I said, and I'll film it as I go, so join me as I work on it and enjoy. Okay guys, so here we are the next day, and first I'm going to remove the hardware on this piece and fill in some holes on this one drawer and remove the top. Since I will be putting knobs on the doors instead of handles, I will be putting the bottom hole on the two doors, and I'm going to use this wood patch by Czar. I have my two doors and drawers sitting in the sun here. The wood patch putty that I used said to wait a day before, sanding or painting, but I don't always follow rules. I'm just going to see what happens if it's sitting here in the sun for a couple hours. If it feels dry to the touch, then I might start working on it. Here is the cabinet without the top, and I'm going to see if I can dig out some old barnwood boards to make a new one with. There's a garage attached to our little workshop here that I have a pile of lumber that I may be able to find some boards. And yeah, I see some there on the bottom. I'm going to dig those out and see how those work. I found two boards that I think will work for this top. It's always kind of hard with old wood like this. It tends to warp with time. And some of the boards are maybe thicker than others, but I'm going to do the best I can to try to level it up and have the least amount of crack here where the boards come together. And but I think it always adds to the look too. If you want this farmhouse look with old boards, it's not going to be perfect. So go ahead and cut them to size, and we'll see how they fit together. I hope you guys can hear me. It's kind of windy out here. I'll try to speak up. But I did just quickly sand this cabinet just to get rid of any dirt. And I'm going to paint it with Do It Best brand paint. It's bright white and is the color, and it's a satin sheen paint. And I watered it down for my sprayer. Many of you have asked about my sprayer, and I apologize for not knowing more about it. I had actually gotten it from a neighbor a couple years ago, and it doesn't really say anywhere on here what brand it is. I really like it. It's very similar to some others I've used already. It seems every couple years, which I do a lot of painting, but every couple years I do get a new one, mostly because maybe a part will wear out, and rather than just going to buy the new part, I'll just buy a new sprayer since they're not that expensive. And Amazon does have one that is very similar to what I have used in the past. It's Cobalt brand, and they run around $100, so I'm going to link that below if any of you are interested in checking that out. So I'm back again on this beautiful Thursday morning. I can't say enough about the weather we're having right now. I mean, the skies are blue and the sun is shining. It's just perfect out there. It just makes a heart happy, days like this. And it almost reminds me of a fall day. It was a little chilly this morning, and the skies are just that blue, almost October blue. But anyway, I'll stop fussing about that. Back to the cabinet here. I did apply a couple coats of white paint. I'm a little bit disappointed at how I can still kind of see where I puttied the holes on the two doors and that one drawer. It's just really hard if you have a smooth surface like this with no grains or anything to putty a hole and expect not to see it. But I'm still going to continue on with it. I think I know that it's there, I'm looking for it, so maybe it's just me being critical. So hopefully, and if it's too noticeable, I can always maybe cover it up with a piece of hardware, like a plate, a knob plate or something like that. But yeah, the next step is sanding the piece. I'm going to sand the edges using my electric sander and fastening the doors, adding the hardware, and putting the top on. To put the top on here, I'm going to add 2 pieces of wood along each side here on the inside, so I can actually fasten the top boards from the bottom up. I don't really want to put screws in the top boards, so putting those 2 pieces in here will enable me to fasten it from the bottom. I messed up here when I put these pieces of wood inside here to fasten the top. I wasn't thinking about allowing enough room for the drawer to fit in. So now it's about a 1/4 inch that the wood comes down too far, blocking the drawer. So instead of taking all this apart here and trying to, shorten that piece of wood, I think what I'll do is just work on cutting off some of the drawer top in order for it to slide in.